The power of perspective, reframing criticism. The second Stoic approach to criticism is reframing. Just as we reframe challenges into opportunities, we can reframe criticism into a tool for growth. The problem lies not in the criticism itself, but in our perception of it. Epictetus teaches us that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Criticism only has the power we give it. By shifting our perspective, we can transform criticism from an attack into a lesson. Actionable tip. When faced with criticism, ask yourself, how can I use this to improve? Reframe it as feedback, not a personal attack. Separating yourself from the critic. One of the most challenging aspects of criticism is when it feels personal. When someone criticizes you, it's easy to feel rejected or invalidated. But the Stoics remind us to separate ourselves from the critic. The critic's words are a reflection of their perspective, not your worth. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Don't waste your time and energy internalizing someone else's opinion. Your worth is not determined by the judgments of others. Actionable tip. Practice detachment from the critic. Recognize that their words reflect their views, not your value. Protect your self-worth from external opinions. Focusing on what you can control. The Stoic approach to negativity is simple. Focus on what you can control. You cannot control what others think or say, but you can control your response. Epictetus famously stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Similarly, peace comes not from external circumstances, but from mastering your internal reactions. When you focus on your own actions and responses, criticism loses its power over you. Actionable tip. Focus on controlling your response to criticism. Take responsibility for your actions, but don't take responsibility for others' opinions. Embracing constructive criticism. Not all criticism is negative. Some criticism is meant to help us grow. The Stoics understood the value of constructive feedback. They saw it as a tool for self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius would reflect daily on his actions, seeking ways to improve. He welcomed feedback that would help him grow into a better version of himself. When criticism is constructive, it can be a gift, an opportunity to refine your character and skills. Actionable tip. Seek out constructive criticism. View it as an opportunity to grow rather than a personal attack. Recognizing the role of ego in criticism. Our ego plays a significant role in how we perceive criticism. When we're overly attached to our image or status, criticism feels like a threat to our identity. But the Stoics taught us to let go of ego. We are not our mistakes, nor are we our successes. As Seneca wisely said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." Let go of the need to defend your ego and focus on what truly matters, your internal growth and peace. Actionable tip. Detach from your ego. Recognize that criticism is not an attack on your identity, but an opportunity to improve. The wisdom of silence. In some cases, the best response to criticism is no response at all. The Stoics valued silence, not as avoidance, but as a tool for maintaining peace. When we react impulsively to criticism, we often escalate the situation. By choosing silence, we retain control of our emotional state. Epictetus taught that silence is the best reply to a fool. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful response. It gives you time to reflect, assess, and choose your next move with clarity. Actionable tip. Practice silence in the face of criticism. Give yourself space to process and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Using criticism as a mirror. Criticism can also serve as a mirror, showing us aspects of ourselves we may not be aware of. Instead of immediately rejecting criticism, ask yourself if there's any truth in it. Is there a lesson to be learned? The Stoics believed that the greatest self-improvement comes from self-reflection. When we face criticism, we can ask, what does this reveal about me? Actionable tip. Use criticism as an opportunity for introspection. Ask yourself if there's any truth in the feedback and use it as a tool for growth. Responding with gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful response to criticism. Instead of becoming defensive or angry, thank the person for their perspective. Gratitude shifts your focus from negativity to appreciation, transforming a potentially hostile encounter into a learning opportunity. Marcus Aurelius practiced gratitude daily, acknowledging the gifts that life, both good and bad, provided him. By responding with gratitude, we rise above the negativity and remain grounded in our purpose. Actionable tip. When criticized, respond with gratitude. Thank the critic for their perspective and use the feedback to improve, growing stronger from criticism. Ultimately, criticism is not the enemy. It is a tool for growth. When we learn to respond to criticism with grace, detachment, and gratitude, we strengthen our resolve. We develop the emotional resilience to withstand the judgments of others without losing our peace. As the Stoics believed, the obstacle is the way. Every piece of criticism is an opportunity to build character, fortitude, and wisdom. Actionable tip. Embrace criticism as part of your journey. Use it to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The Stoic way to deal with criticism and negativity is rooted in detachment, self-reflection, and growth. By focusing on what we can control, our reactions and our mindset, we free ourselves from the burden of others' opinions. When we respond to criticism with grace, wisdom, and gratitude, we turn it into a tool for personal transformation,